Hey everyone, I am super excited to have you here. I am Heather Heuman, founder and owner of Sweet Tea Social Marketing. We'll dive into that a little bit more in a second, but I just wanted to tell you thanks so much for coming and being here as a part of today's free training. Now, right now on your screen, you should see my screen, which would be all of our slides. I keep my chat box open to the side for everyone that is here live because that is something I really want anyone who comes to any of my webinars throughout 2018. I want you to know that I'm going to answer your questions live and I'm going to ask you questions. So make sure you've got access to your little chat box. The next thing I want to show you is that we're going to be talking today about 10 things to post on Facebook to get people to talk about your business and how you can grow because of it. So who is here today? I want you to take a second before I go into letting you know a little bit more about who I am. In the comment box or in the chat box, type what you do, what your business is. One, like literally guys, 4 words, not a paragraph. Tell me, are you a business coach? Are you a CPA? Do you own a pizza restaurant? Do you own a bakery? Do you have a karate studio? Do you make crafts? Do you sell signs? We've got Anna, who's a travel advisor. Lee is an IT consultant. He's in IT consulting. Brandy is a nonprofit founder and network marketer. Ingrid is with the Field Hockey Club. Joan is an author, coach, speaker. Okay, she helps people turn job hours to joy hours. And we've got many more that are here with us. You may still be typing, and that's okay. But I just wanted to give you all that are watching this now, whether live or those of you that are watching this on the recording, to know that I am super glad you're here. We've got people watching in on their phones, so that's fantastic. So they can hear us. And anyone that's just listening to this on the audio, you're going to still get great value out of this today. What's really funny is I just had this brief paranoid moment that I forgot to click the record button, but I did click the record button. So I'm going to go right back to my slides. We've got Pamela. She's in the health and fitness space. Kevin is in marketing, printing, business developer. Ed has got online flowers and gift baskets. And we've got Martha. She's also in social media marketing. And we are excited. So we've got quite a diverse mix of people that are here. And thank you guys for being active. I'm paying attention to those people that are commenting and engaging through the presentation. That's going to possibly be a part of a surprise that's at the end. So hint, hint, be an active participator. All right, who am I? If you've watched me on social media before, I am glad that you're here. While I'm reading this and you guys are listening to me, I would love for you to type in the comments, how did you come to find being here? Like, where did you ultimately get Heather Heuman on your radar? Was it a podcast? Was it through Facebook, social media? Did a friend tell you? Just go ahead and chime in the comments here and let me know. But guys, I am Heather Heuman. My last name doesn't sound like it would be that way, but that's how you say my last name. I've been in the digital marketing space for over 17 years. I actually started doing graphic design, project management, and web design back early 2000s, working on large corporate clients like Wilson Sports and Subway. I absolutely love leadership. I love sales, love social media. I have a master's degree in management and leadership, and I actually have an undergrad in special education. So for those of you that didn't know that, I love Jesus. I'm a blessed wife and mom, and I've had the ability to help dozens and dozens of business owners that are just getting started, as well as really large brands like Chick-fil-A. I've been on NPR. I am going to be speaking at Social Media Marketing World. I've got my own podcast, Business, Jesus, and Sweet Tea podcast, and I have spoken across the U.S., and I've got international clients. I take those 2 minutes to tell you that, not to sound like I'm bragging, because I want you to know that I feel like I know what I'm talking about, and I'm coming to you from a place of credibility. So I think it's important, right? Because there's lots of people out there, and I think it's important for you to have a glimpse of a little bit of my story. And this photo was taken about a week and a half ago at the Christmas Eve service and with my family. Actually, I take that back. It was a Christmas service at my parents' church. So just a little bit of glimpse. These are my parents. That's my husband and my kiddos. We've got lots of people here. I love it. Let me read this real quick. We have people that found me through other people. Kenny sent some folks here. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Facebook Live. Jennifer Bennett, love her to pieces. Someone said they saw me through some of my Facebook ads. Yay, Facebook ads. They saw me presenting somewhere at a women's business group. Awesome. So lots of diverse reasons why you're here. Let's go ahead and dive straight into the content. Guys, let this sink in for just a minute. 1.37 billion daily active users are on Facebook. That's a stat as of September of 2017. That's a daily stat, 1.37 billion daily active users. 2.07 billion monthly active users on Facebook as of end of September 2017. That data is per Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg and his fabulous tribe over there at Facebook. So that's recent, pretty recent data. Just want you to let that sink in. Facebook is kind of like where most of our examples are going to be coming from today. But I want you to know that the things in the strategy that I'm sharing with you guys, hint, hint, you can use this on other social platforms as well. Not just Facebook, but most of the examples I'm going to be sharing with you today. Real quick here, global. Yes, that's global. Those are not US. Those are all of Facebook stats from their Facebook page. All right, good question. Good question, Kevin. All right, guys. So the number one thing that so many people get this wrong, they either don't do this or they only do this. And I'm wanting to teach you today that neither of those is right. To never tell people about your offer is not good marketing. Shame, shame, shame on you. And only posting your offers is not good. I don't want to say shame on you, but we're all here to get better, right? We're all here to get smarter. So what do I mean when I say your offers? And the reason this is the number one thing I'm like, my head is spinning. Let me have a sip of sweet tea. Hold on. The reason that this is the number one slide that I am sharing with you guys today, rather than the 10th slide, is I want you to know that I want you to have measurable results on how social is helping you grow. And many people, when I say, is Facebook helping you grow? They want to only evaluate that based on their bottom line. And I absolutely am the first person to tell you that Facebook likes and video views and 17 people commenting on your Facebook post does not pay your light bill. I get that. But what I also know is that you've got to have things that you're measuring, that is going to be a point of saying, we are getting traction. We are getting more people doing these things. So here are just some examples, right? Some of you may have a ministry. Some of you may have like an actual coaching business. Some of you may have, as we saw, someone selling flowers. Ed sells flowers. So we've got diverse ways that we all want to use social. Here are what those offers may look like. You may have coupon codes. They may be ongoing coupon codes. It may be a bigger coupon code if it's a new customer, right? We've all said, hey, if you want to switch from AT&T to Verizon, if you're brand new, we'll offer you this. Sometimes that makes your other customers feel a little bit icky, but that's what some of like the big people do, right? They have a special promo of like, let's get them in, let's get them loving us, and then we will nurture them and take care of them. A new karate class. Maybe you have a local business, so you want to get people to sign up for a class that you have. Maybe it's an opt-in to your email list. And the days of people just signing up to say, here's my email address, in exchange for you just saying, I'm going to send out a newsletter when and if I feel like it, those days are gone. That's like 1990s marketing. Guys, it's 2017. People are going to give you your email address if and only if you are going to provide and offer value. To those of you that are brand new to me, maybe you found out 5 minutes ago that I was doing this free webinar. Well, I'm glad that you're here, but I said, give me your email address. I'm going to do a free hour training, 1 hour out of my day. This is not recorded. I'm doing this right now in real time in my house. Hence why my children were talking to me at the beginning, right? Because I would not have planned that. Stop by our location to receive this, right? You want to use social media to put out an offer to say, hey guys, come by, show us a screenshot of this. We've got this for you. Maybe it's a free thing. Maybe it's a discount on something. Maybe it's a special thing that you only have 50 of, and it's going to go to the first people that come. You want people to set up a free discovery call. Who is this girl? Who is this girl, Heather from South Carolina? Is she even a good fit for me? Like, do I like her? Does she have an accent? Is it too much? Does she know what she's talking about? You know, give people an opportunity to set that call up with you. Invite people to a workshop. This, guys, applies if you're nonprofit. You want people to come to your church service. Maybe it's a networking event for your Chamber of Commerce. Maybe you want them to come to a webinar, like I wanted you to come here to this webinar. Maybe it's your latest blog post. Are you writing new content? Are you not? I'm not here to spank your hand and say you need to be blogging, but I'm just saying that's what a lot of people may be doing. Maybe it's a podcast episode, a seminar, a youth lock-in that you want more people in your community to know about. You've got other offers. So this is the number one thing, guys, that I want you to be doing on your Facebook page, because everything that I'm going to tell you today has the potential to impact and help people that already know you, which we're going to call your hot, warm connections, but it also has the ability to help people that they know. And because there's that connection, right? I know Ingrid from this training today, but let's say Ingrid or Pamela or Joan, maybe they shared this with someone later today that said, hey guys, I spent an hour watching this and I thought, like, why not? Let's see what it's about. And I think that you might get some help out of it. Well, Ingrid or Pamela or Kevin that go and tell someone about this, that's huge. That's gold. That's 100 times more powerful than me saying, guys, I think you'll enjoy this, because she's got that relationship with those people that I don't yet have. So you can leverage your offers that's going to be able to use on social media, Facebook, and then your audience can also help you. Second thing I want to share with you guys, ask simple, easy questions. I'm not talking about the question that says, what was the most difficult decision you've ever had to make in life, right? Like, even someone that stopped scrolling, even someone that took the time to read what you wrote, that's going to be too much for them to even keep thinking, process, think about, is it this or is it that? And then actually possibly even take the time to respond. So when I say ask simple questions, I'm talking simple. Do not overcomplicate things, really. Like, this is important. Here are some examples. For anyone else here that's a visual learner like myself, let's look at some examples. Here is gourmet. This is old. This is from 2013. Our go-to pizza is piled high with this, this, and this. What's your favorite pizza topping? They had almost 350 plus people like it. 93 people shared it. 23 people commented. They included a photo, and it was really short, like not lots and lots of text. Here's one that I posted a week, 2 days after Christmas, 3 days after Christmas. 3 people responded. I just said, what book are you currently reading? Let's be honest. A lot of people saw that and they're like, I ain't reading no book. I can't even respond. But some of the people that saw it are reading a book and they responded. Okay. Some people just liked the post. They didn't actually even respond. Okay. Here are a couple other pages. The Fly Lady, and this is in summer of 2017. How often do you grocery shop? The photo doesn't even restate that same question. It just says question of the day and has their website. 155 comments, 37 people liked it. Okay, this is a brand in Australia. What's on for Australia? How many kids do you have? I can promise you all that Depending on your target audience, you could probably go ask that question today and you could get some synergy and some traction. So of these posts, one of the things I want you to pay attention to is that they're getting comments and they're getting shares and they're getting likes, and that 3 of these 4 examples included a photo. That's not a coincidence. You do not always have to include a photo, but if you can include a photo, it's going to, one, for free, it's going to take up more space in someone's newsfeed. It's going to increase the chances that they stop and actually look at it and see it. It's going to vary based on your demographic of who your audience is. But I want to let you know that in general, the going stat is that 70 to 74% of people are on their mobile device when they're on social media. So again, if you've got a screen, guys, that's this big and the photo that you posted takes up this much room for the same price as just writing the words, it's like a real estate thing, right? It's like, well, it doesn't cost anymore. It's going to take you to take the time and the effort to post a graphic. But I could even tell you that if you have a graphic that maybe you've got your own children, if you want to use it, or maybe you have a stock photo that maybe there's no text at all, but you could literally grab the photo. Super important that you don't just grab photos off of Google. Do not do that. That's not cool. That's totally against the law. But get legal, safe photos that you can use and just post that photo with your one-line sentence. You'll see a lot more attraction to your comments and to your postings. We've got a couple questions coming in real quick. DL Church says, should the questions relate to your business? Does not have to. I would say that, the question of do you like pizza? If they're human, that's going to probably apply to them. Even if you do healthy stuff, people that like healthy stuff, if you ask that question, the answers could be weird. Like they may say cauliflower and healthier things, but you can relate to your audience when you just say my core audience base, they all don't have kids, but they may have grandchildren. So sometimes I might phrase it a little bit different. How many kids or grandchildren do you have? And that way you might feel like if that covers more of your market, you could tweak the question just a little bit. Brandy says, truth, 90% of her social media browsing is on her phone. Questions, let's see, question boost engagement don't necessarily have to be business related. That's a really good point. And we're not going to talk tons today about Facebook ads, but when you are boosting or spending money, right, and giving money to the Facebook giant and you're trying to get more engagement, it doesn't have to necessarily just be about what your product or service is, right? You're just trying to get more awareness and draw people in. Then the core is you've got to have some meat to keep them there. So next thing, I want you to post questions from other people, right? I'm all about telling you guys, you don't have to go it alone. You don't have to say, I'm Pamela and I am so smart and I know everything and I'm going to provide everything to my audience. So what do I mean by that when I say post questions from other people? Let me give you some real specific examples. Maybe questions you get in your email inbox. I've done this before. I've got several different paid groups and programs that I work with, and I'll get a question, but I'm like, I want to help more people with this. So I either answer them or I'll go and do a Facebook Live and answer their question. I don't mention their name. I don't want to share their name if they don't want their name to be shared, but then I'll go drop the link and send them the video where I answered their question. Questions in Messenger. Are you getting messages with questions from potential customers or people just asking? Doesn't mean they want to buy, right? They just have questions. Well, that's important because guess what? If one person's asking you that question, there is probably many, many more people that are thinking the same thing. So go and ask that question on your page. Questions from networking events, conversations that you're having in real time at conferences, at the local chamber breakfast, something that you just have someone tell you about, it inspires you. And so you're like, yeah, I'd like to know this. I'm going to ask people's opinions on questions, not for the sake of ruffling feathers, though that is a strategy. That's not a strategy I really believe in. But if you genuinely are like, I'd like your feedback on this, you got to be prepared on how you're going to handle like some crazy drama possibly in the comments if you are to post or ask a question about something that's super controversial. But even if it's not controversial, like literally like throwing it out there and getting people's opinion back. Even if it's as simple as when I was getting ready to name my podcast, I had this whole process where I was absolutely going to be naming it. And I'm like, what do I name it? You know, and I'm like, you know, Sweet Tea Social Marketing, but it's like, this is who I am. So long story short, I wanted it to not have sweet tea in it. I wanted it to not have social media marketing because that's like a really long word, but I wanted it to definitely have that business element to it. So I literally did several polls. I did some anonymous surveys where they didn't even have to tell me who they were, but I posted that link on Facebook and said, tell me your opinion. And then once I got it down to the top two, I went inside of my groups and said, which one of these do you like? And I ended up going with the one I felt the most passionate about, as well as the one that resonated the most with my audience. And again, you don't have to know everything. I had a business, which I actually just sold a few months ago, that was like a local business. And I would get random questions like, who is the best person I should call right now to clean out my chimney? Well, first of all, we didn't have a fireplace where I lived at the time, so I didn't know the answer to that. And I also didn't want to just go to Google and go to like try to act as if I had all the answers. So I went to my Facebook page, right, where 10,000 people are on the page that live in that town. And I just said, hey guys, here's a question from one of our readers. Who is someone that does a great job cleaning out chimneys? Please give any feedback that you've got in the comments below. And those would be amazing for engagement. And it just makes people feel that they've got something to contribute. Pamela says, yes, thanks for the tip. Awesome. We do have someone here on our iPhone that said that they just figured out the chat. Yay. Awesome for technology. Gotta love that. The next thing, guys, I want you to post educational posts. I don't care who you are. If you're the pizza shop, if you're the social media person, if you're the business coach, you need to be doing educational type posts. What do I mean when I say that? Okay, so here are 3 examples. You might be laughing that I think that the Savannah Bacon Fest is educational, but guys, I am a mom that built an entire business on the concept of helping busy families figure out how to do fun things in this town in Kentucky. So you can bet your bottom dollar that if a family is busy and the mom has worked all week and the dad has worked all week and they are just trying to wake up on a Saturday morning and say, hey, guess what? These people we call children that come here every day wanting some food, they want to do something fun this week. But guess what? I work 50 hours a week. I haven't had time to be going and checking out and searching Facebook event pages. But because they liked our page, we helped them immensely by telling them about this event. So here's an example of a shop in Savannah, Georgia. It's an ice cream shop that said, come see us at the Savannah Bacon Fest. Now, from a business perspective, you and I can both get why they posted about it. They're there, right? They're going to be there. They have the potential to have sales. But from a family or from that ice cream shop's feed, as they're scrolling, they've got the ability to like add value to someone's weekend when they maybe had no other plans, and you can let them know about that. That's a huge, huge tip, guys. And I'm telling you this from experience with my first business that was a local business model. If you are a business that serves a local market, I don't care if you're the CPA, if you are a realtor, if you do pet sitting, if you serve any type of local market or any part of your branding, even if you've got an online basis, is local, you've got to leverage being out there telling people what type of things are going on in the community. And especially if you can be new to sharing that information for the very first time, your audience will love it and they will share it like crazy. Okay, here's another one from a bank. Give yourself a fraud-free holiday shopping season with these card protection tips. Now, this, you can see the link here went to their blog post. But again, they're educating their audience. They are showing them how to be better and smarter in their business. Okay. Right here, they've got comments, they've got shares, and they've got engagement. Here's another one, Bluehost. Use these tools to create graphics that gain attention. Okay. They have got 17 free online tools that's going to help people. Now, you and I both know that Bluehost is a hosting platform. You can buy domains through them. They offer all these services. They don't sell online tools for graphics. But guess what? Their customers that are buying websites, that are buying domain names, are making graphics. So they're posting about things that's helping educate their audience based on their interests. Does that make sense to you guys? Awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. Man, you guys are so like, I love it. So here's the next one, guys. You want to make your audience smarter. When you post on Facebook, a huge tip, and I'm sharing this with you guys today, is that you have to think like your audience when they're reading the words. Don't always make it like first person, as if you're reading or posting just in the language of, here's what our brand thinks about this topic. When you are writing and typing on Facebook in such a way that actually comes across in the words that your audience would say themselves, then it's going to like resonate more with your audience. Okay. And so what I mean by that, for example, is if you've got a pet business and you were to say a graphic and you said, "We love dogs," that's good. It would probably get shared and commented upon. But if you changed it and you wrote the copy, which is just the words, if you wrote the words in the graphic, and instead of saying like "we love dogs," but you wrote it as if that person reading it is as if they wrote it, right? So if they're looking at it, it would say like "I love dogs." So if you make that graphic that says "I love dogs" and put your brand little logo in the bottom corner, and you just put something in the copy at the top as you're typing in, and you just said something like, "Isn't this true?" question mark. It's just giving them a chance to be like, "Yes, I do love my dog." And it makes it feel more personal. So when you can make your audience feel almost as if it was smarter and it was like their idea, even though you're the one that created it, when you think in that perspective of the things that you post on Facebook, it's going to make like a big difference in how it resonates with the things that they are going to engage with. The next tip I have for you guys is I want you to link to valuable and fun information that's posted by other Facebook pages. I want to let you guys know this is a problem with small business owners and entrepreneurs that sometimes don't think bigger. So if this is like exactly how you already think, awesome. But I am just telling you, based on my consulting, based on my experience, I am telling you that a lot of small business owners don't do this, and it has to do with this fear. It's a fear of, if I shine the light on somebody else, I'm going to miss out on business. Oh, if I tell somebody about this great resource over here, they're going to like leave me and they're going to go. Here's how you need to reshift your mindset on that. If you are posting really great, smart, good, helpful content and information that's created by other people, you will be known as someone as a go-to resource. Okay. So Joan or Martha or anyone else that's here today, or if you're watching this on the replay, do you want to be known as an influencer, as the go-to person for what your business is? Just type a yes or no. Do you want to be known as the go-to person for what your business is, what your offering is, what your service is? Do you want to be known as a connector, as someone that brings community, that brings people together? All of those things are really good things. Even if it feels like against your nature, those are things that you want to be associated with your business and with your brand. So I highly, highly recommend you guys to make sure that you do this. You link to valuable and fun information that's posted by other Facebook pages. Here's another one. Post good deeds. Now, if you've ever had a business This is, again, this is kind of like old school. And I think that you guys have to realize that there is something to be said about having compassion in your business, and like actually saying, I am not Target. I am not Starbucks. I am not this big brand that has 19 people that I have to go through to make decisions. I get to make that decision. Or if you do have a team, or maybe you've got a board of directors, you can much more quickly and easily get those things approved, and you don't have to ask 100 people. But for example, on this topic of doing good deeds, I will have people say this. You get reached out, someone asks you for a favor of like, hey, could you share this? Or, oh, what about this? And you go, oh, I'm sorry. Like if I were to say yes to you, I'd have to say yes to everybody. So I'm just going to choose to say no to everybody and not really help you out. You know, if that's your stance, no judgment, but I'm just saying, think differently if you want to be received differently, and realize that you can do just good deeds, because guess what? Maybe God has put something on your path for you to use your influence, or use the things that you have in the path of the people that you serve. Like I love foster care families. So I, in the month of October, just because, donated 10% of my any new business I got to foster care families. Why? Because that's something that means a lot to me. I've got other friends that do things to donate to schools in Kenya, and other people that say, I want to help people that are homeless. But whatever it is, rather than saying, oh, we can't help every nonprofit, so we're just going to help nobody. Well, that's not really maximizing the benefits that you have in business. So I just want to encourage you, just simple things, even like this post that I'm about to show you. Owner found, right? Someone who had a business. This is an awesome business owner. I have recently had a chance to get to know him. This is from Greg Balk of I Love Lake Lure, North Carolina. Well, most of the time, as you guys can imagine, he's posting about fun, cool things to do recreationally, tourism type things in the Lake Lure, North Carolina area. So doing posts of a dog that's been lost probably doesn't fit into his core demographics of his top business goals and priorities. However, he took advantage of his huge audience that he's got on his Facebook business page. He posted this photo that said 2 lost dogs. You know, here they were, between people messaging him, people in the comments. The owner was able to find their dog. So they were able to then go and do another post, which was this one that says owner found. And guess what? You had a very happy owner. I'm certain that these dogs were super happy, and they were able to leverage that. Are there probably lots and lots and lots of lost dogs? Absolutely. Can Greg help every single lost dog? Maybe it's not going to fit into his strategy, but when you do those good deeds and you sprinkle them into what you're posting about on social media, it can make an impact in people's lives. And it can not only, quote, from a business perspective, be a really great, amazing, positive name for your branding. Kevin says, thank you for supporting foster families. Special place in his life too. Awesome. Brandy, hopefully the good deeds made sense now that I went ahead and went to that next slide. The next one, guys, post and share from influencers and experts. This kind of goes a little bit along with me talking about posting fun information and other people's stuff. But it's really important, guys, for your influencers to know who you are. When I first got started doing social media marketing, I wasn't new to using social media. But let me just kind of show you how this transitioned. Digital marketing since 2000. Used it in many different ways, lots of sales experience, lots of leadership. Started my very first business 2011 while I was in grad school. Small town, 30,000 people. My target audience was this town of 30,000 people. I used social media to grow a brand, organic, grassroots, from nothing to a very successful business that I then was able to sell 4 months ago. But I used social media in that model, but then I moved, and my family now lives in South Carolina, and I launched Sweet Tea Social Marketing. So when I was doing my first business, I was using social media, but I was all like, here's my bubble, right? And that might be you. I was like, I want to get better at social media for me. I'm not teaching other people how to do social media. Little did I know that would be my future. But I was just wanting to get better at it for me. Fast forward to 2014, when I was like, I'm going to take all of my marketing experience over the last 14 years, plus helping all these businesses and helping all these chambers. I was like, I need to get known by the people that, quote, would be deemed as being social influencers. So I did my research and I went out there and I attended conferences and I networked and I built like an amazing network of people that, quote, were more known than myself. And through that process and through those relationships, I built my own credibility and built my own influence. I feel with God's favor, like in that process. So it's important for your influencers, and Martha's influencers are not going to be the same as Ingrid's, or Kevin's aren't going to be the same as Pamela's or anyone else that's watching this. So it's really important for you guys to make sure that you know who those influencers and experts are. Here's a pro tip. You need to tag them in your post. Tag them in a way that says they're busy. They are not going to maybe see. There are all sorts of tools out there where you can see where people share your stuff, but they will get a notification instantly on their phone if you tag their business. And again, your motive and your strategy in doing that is, hey, you want to just make it a little bit easier for them to know that you are giving shout outs to their business. And guys, I don't care who it is you're tagging. If you're tagging me, or if you're tagging Dave Ramsey, or if you're tagging Focus on the Family, if they are associated with what you're tagging them for, so again, if it's their blog post, if it's a quote that you heard on a podcast that they had, you are going to know that they appreciate it. It may take them, especially if they're bigger, they may have a huge team of people and they may respond right away. Sometimes if they're bigger, it's kind of like on their things to do list and they may respond a week later or 2-3 days later. But I'm going to tell you that they are noticing. They're little touch points along the way that help you show up on other people's radar. Pamela says tagging is important because they will respond and it builds exposure. And not only does it build exposure with that influencer, it helps build exposure with their network. Okay, another way, you want to congratulate and celebrate others. Here's an example. There is a brand called White Court Online, and they actually shared the post of another business called Your Business Connections, advertising, marketing, and promotional services. And then they actually copy and pasted kind of like their own little ditty of why they were excited and why they were congratulating Gail. But then everything that was in the original post is down here kind of off the screen. And again, when you use social media, guys, to give value and influence and shine that light on other people, it's going to make a difference for you. Now, I've shared with you already 9 ways that you guys can post on social media, but here are some other things that I just want to touch on. So focus on seeing what works. You don't have to do all these things, guys. What Kevin is doing may be different than what Paul is doing, or Rick or Sarah. But here are some things. Are you blogging? If you are you posting about the latest blog post you did on social media? Are you doing video? If you're doing live video, are you celebrating growth in your business? This is a huge one. And a lot of people feel uncomfortable with this. And so I want to tell you, get over it. And you can brag on your business in a way that doesn't have to be a selfie. If a selfie makes you uncomfortable, it could literally be a photo of your storefront, or it could be your team. It could be that you've got an employee of the month. But celebrate the growth in your business and shine sprinkles of that in your marketing. It matters. Specials. Maybe you are going to share a special only on Facebook that you're going to share nowhere else. Okay, again, back to that first slide, guys. I want your email list to grow. I want your blog traffic to grow. I want people that buy from you to grow. I want your discovery calls to grow. But for example, I knew a bakery that had a special on Facebook, and they had cupcakes for sale. And they had this thing where they picked a guy name and a girl name every single day and said, the name of the day is Sarah and Luke. If your name is Sarah or Luke, stop by the bakery today to get your free cupcake. And yes, I will be the first to confess and admit that I drove 20 minutes on the other side of town when Heather was the cupcake name of the day, and I bought myself a cupcake. But then I didn't buy the cupcake. I got the cupcake for free. But being a nice mom that actually was trying to feel a little bit giving, I got each of my kids a cupcake. So I ended up spending $10, and I'm certain that's a part of their strategy. They're getting people in the door. Most people might get something other than just that free cupcake, even if they just got a cup of coffee. But that strategy is a big deal because I was paying more attention to their feed because I wanted to see if my name was their name. But guys, you know that there's people out there that they love letting you know that something could help you. So in fact, that day that I went and got my free cupcake, it was the day where someone had tagged me in the comments of their page and said, here, I'm mentioning all my friends that live here, and they had tagged every friend that they knew in town named Heather. And do you think that other people do that? Yes, a lot of people did that. So this strategy is kind of like, what exclusive thing do you do? I exclusively on Facebook do my Facebook Live at 9:45. So if you are new and maybe you just came into this webinar, you can head on over to my Sweet Tea Social Marketing Facebook page and just click on the video tab, and you could sit down for hours, get your popcorn and get your sweet tea, because there's all types of free stuff there. And that's something I only do on Facebook. And then again, you might think that this is cheesy. You might think that this doesn't work, but I am telling you, quotes really work on Facebook. That could be quotes of you. That could be quotes of influencers in your space. Again, you're trying to think of people that your audience resonate with. I use Bible verses in my branding and in my businesses. Some other people I know don't, and that's okay. But that's something that resonates with my audience, and it does really well. It's important for us to just always be thinking like our customers. So here's what we covered. 15 things to post on Facebook to get people talking about your business. Well, the name of this webinar was 10 ways, so I just kind of threw in some extras there for good favor. Strategy is key. Okay, so you've got to be saying the things I'm posting all go back to that offer at the beginning, because I want you guys to know that the goal of doing all of these things is to get more people to take you up on the various offers that you have. You want to educate, entertain, and engage with your audience, that you want to be able to get noticed and ultimately get new business. And posting non-biz related posts is smart strategy, and it is not fluff. So I really want you guys, and a lot of times people that maybe might consider themselves old school when it comes to marketing, this feels unnatural. But I want to tell you that social media is a two-way street, and you've got to show up and act like a human being. And everything we've talked about in today's training is something that is a way for you to show up and be human. So let me just ask if this is you. If any of these are you, type yes. You've said to yourself, how do I come up with what to post? You've said to yourself, I just don't have time to do social media. You've said, creating graphics, that is just not my specialty. Or you've maybe said, I do not need another course. I actually need help for someone to help me. I don't just need a course. Okay, Martha says every day. Brandy says yes, yes, yes. And you also watching might be saying yes also. So I just want to let you guys know, do you need help with your social media? I like to engage the tasks that I put on my things to do list kind of in this order. Am I downright awful? Am I incompetent? Am I competent? Am I excellent? And I've got experience, and am I passionate about it? Personally, I feel my entire business model for what I do in my business with these two things that I am passionate about and excellent. And so I do social media strategies, social media speaking, and I do social media like teaching and coaching. That is my happy place. That's what I love to do. Do I know how to do funnels? Yes. Do I know how to do bookkeeping and accounting? Yes. But that is kind of down here. I'm competent or I'm incompetent. Yeah, I'm not competent at everything, and neither are you, and that's okay. But make sure you're focusing on what your time and your talents are, on what you're really good at, or get systems in place where you can actually get better. So I've got some surprises in store for everybody, so stick around with me, and if you've got any more questions, I want to make sure that I have a chance to answer them. Awesome. Actually, Mr. Lake Lure was here with us today, who we did the whole good deeds post for, so that was kind of awesome to have him join us. So I want to tell you guys about Social Thrive. This ends tomorrow. It's so funny, on my dates when I originally had put this out, it was going to end today, but it's actually tomorrow. It's Friday. So we've got about 24 hours, and I want to let anybody know if this is a good fit for you. So Social Thrive is a 6-month group coaching and done for you program. And what Social Thrive means is to grow or develop well or vigorously, to flourish. If anybody has their phone unmuted, could you mute yourself? And that would be awesome. Let's see here. And then here's what Social Thrive is, and then I'll let you know what it's not. It is 90-minute group coaching sessions that cover topics that are of importance to you. Facebook ads, LinkedIn, strategy, content creation, lead gen. Again, it's going to all be based on what the needs are of the people in Social Thrive. Now, here is what is a huge help to many people. I have got this done for you element that is a part of Social Thrive that's never been done before by anything I've created. So I am going to, and my team is going to create custom content calendar with 30 plus posting ideas delivered to you every month that you literally will just have to copy and paste and drop it into your Facebook scheduler. You will literally be able to sit down in 1 to 2 hours and then sit down and literally schedule out the entire month's worth of content. I'm going to actually have a 20-minute group encouraging prayer praise call. Many of my clients are kingdom-minded believers that want to be surrounded by other Christians that are working on growing their business or their brand, or they even have a team, and their team is interested in coming and being in Social Thrive. We're going to have hot seats each month where you're going to be able to come and actually show up and say, I want to talk for 15 minutes. Here's my problem. I need help, and I need insight on what I could do to make this better. In addition to that, it's going to have those email templates that are generalized in such a way to the time of the year. And you're going to just maybe go in and maybe add like a paragraph's worth of information and have like an amazing email that you can immediately right away send out to your list. If you have heard that growing your email list is like a huge foundation in growing a successful business, it's true. It's key. And too many business owners, guys, have 0 people on their email list, and you're missing out. So it's helping alleviate that burden if that's something that you're just not getting to. It's got 10 custom graphics with your branded logo. And in addition to that, it's got 15 Facebook postings. So all of that's, quote, what you get. And I want to let you know that I have done for you social media clients where I am, quote, their marketing department doing all of their social media. And those clients start at $2,500 a month. I also do 60-minute strategy sessions that are 1 hour long. And those are $397 for 1 hour. And then I speak across the country, and at that price of $3,000 plus, I'm going and speaking somewhere for an hour, 2 hours, helping your audience get smarter. But the super cool thing about Social Thrive.
No, that's something to show you.
Sorry, I've got to real quick see who has got audio on. I wish there was a button that would allow me to mute everybody, and I am not seeing how it is. But anyway, if you guys hear me, if you can make sure that you're muted, I would really appreciate it. I cannot see.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on one second. If you are listening, can you please make sure that you're muted? Someone has their audio on, and I will master how to make sure that everybody is muted real quickly here. Okay. So I'm going to just pray because mute. I think I may have just fixed it. Can you all still hear me? I want to make sure I did not just mute myself. Okay. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. Social Thrive is going to include that group coaching element to make you smarter, but it's going to take things off your plate and have those done for you social media services. Social Thrive is a 6-month program. You can get in 3 ways. You can have a $197 a month payment. You can have a one-time payment, and that would save you $285. Or you can have my VIP access, which allows you to have access to me on Voxer, which is this amazing app, which means you would literally do like walkie-talkie type stuff of leave me a message. I message you right back pretty much within the same business day to answer your question. So it's like direct access to me in your business. And so if you like the idea of having us as like an ace in your back pocket to help make 2018 the year where you take your business to the next level, you stop trying to do everything yourself, or you empower your team that you've got to get better. If you've got VAs that you're paying, I can promise you that the investment of this for 6 months would more than pay for itself in the results that you would get by your team being better and being smarter. So here are the surprises I've got for you guys. I'm going to give one person today that's on the call that's interested access to Social Thrive for just the price of $600 instead of the overall $1,200 price that it's valued at. So what I'd love to do before I share with you the other bonus is if you think Social Thrive is something that you would be interested in, I want you in the comments just to type a 5. Type a 5 if you'd be interested in being inside of Social Thrive, if you think it could help you. And what I want to also let you guys know is that I've got a bonus for anyone that signs up for Social Thrive between now and when it ends is going to be able to have access to get a free 30-minute strategy session. And that's going to be a session that you are going to be able to have access to me. So that is valued alone at $200. Now, I just posted a link into the browser that says you can absolutely check out the sales page. It's got all types of information. So I'm just going to type over here real quick, Social Thrive, and I'm going to drop that link. So Karma so far says that she is interested. We've got some other people that may have sent a message to someone privately. Feel free to send a message to me if in the chat, in the comments. If you don't want it to be public, you can just change it to say just to me, and I'll be the only person that sees it. But I want you guys to know that if you are interested in being able to get access to Social Thrive, the doors are closing and the doors are disappearing tomorrow. This is a 6-month program that goes now through June 30th. And I'm not opening the door in 2 weeks. If someone says this is perfect for me, they will absolutely have to get onto a wait list, and they will absolutely have to wait for that next session to open up for Social Thrive in July. We've got some awesome comments. We've got some awesome feedback, and I've got lots of private messages coming into me. let me do this. I'm going to not keep any anticipation. So far we've got 2 people that typed a 5. So if you would like to be one of the people that's able to get the bonus for being here live and be able to have access to get Social Thrive for a one-time only payment of that $600, just make sure you type a 5 in the next 30 seconds right now to make sure that you've got your chance to get it in there. So I'm going to give you a second. I've got a couple people. I've got some other messages that are coming in. Some of them are privately. Some people are typing them in publicly. If you are interested in, again, checking out that link, the link is right there in the comments. I want you to know this too, guys. I want you to pray about it and ask yourself if this looks like this is a good fit. And if you know you want to get results in your business, I would love to have you. I haven't even shared this with you, but if this matters, this is not a group with 100 people. This is the max capacity for Social Thrive. So it on purpose is going to be small and intimate, and you're going to get the exact attention. You're going to get the exact hand-holding, and you're going to get the exact support that you need in your business. And just to kind of give you an idea, I'm just really excited to be able to answer your questions that you guys have for me today. So we've had everybody who had a chance to type in. I am going to go ahead real quickly over here with the use of this random.org real quick. Let me just do this real quick. All right, 3. All right. Okay, so Christy Ann, you have been chosen and selected if you are interested in taking advantage of the Social Thrive entire 6-month opportunity for just that $600. Just type in the comments yes. You can type yes privately or you can type yes publicly, but just make sure you take advantage of that. Christy Ann, thank you so much. If that's you, Christy Ann, make sure that you email me to heather@sweetteasocialmarketing.com so I can get you set up to receive that. Now, guys, I am glad that you're all here, but I want you all to know that if you've got questions, I want to answer your questions. If you got value out of today's training, on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being I learned something today that I could apply in my business, could you do me a favor? Can you just write here in the chat box, take 1 second and literally type in one thing that you think that you got out of this or why it would be helpful. I'm actually going to quote you, if that's okay, and I will absolutely use it, and I will make a graphic out of it and really be able to use that as a testimonial. And I'd love for you guys, head on over to my Facebook page, Sweet Tea Social Marketing. I would love for you to leave us a 5-star review. If you came today and you're like, Heather, this is awesome. I got value out of this free training, but I'm not actually able to join Social Thrive today, but I totally love learning from you. You could still quote, how do you say, give back. I would love that 5-star review because that's going to show credibility to other people that maybe are brand new to me. Another thing that you guys can do is if you listen to podcasts, make sure you head on over to Business Jesus and Sweet Tea. Check out the podcast. I think that you would get great value from it. And I think that you would absolutely be able to grow and get smarter in your business. I've got lots of awesome people here, lots of comments, lots of feedback. Joan says, always learning. Everybody, let me go ahead and tell you this. I want you to have a blessed day. If you're social, grab your phone right now, take a photo with this screenshot up on the screen and take a photo real quick. And then later when you get a chance, post it anywhere on social media using the hashtag SweetTeaSocial. I will share it and I would be happy to let more of my audience know about your business page. Here's a tip. Post that on your business page about how you got smarter today using social media for your business. So then when I share it, your business will get more exposure. Who has a question? Just so I don't leave anybody out, we are running past. If you've got to leave, I'm not offended. You'll have access to watch the replay. Type your question in. I will answer your question right now. If anyone has a question that you would like to be able to have answered totally free, I would love to do that. I'll give you guys maybe a minute to see if anybody is typing. Got lots of comments. I'm trying to read and talk and engage with you guys. So I do see all of those comments, and I will read every single one that you guys have given. Thank you so much, Christy Ann. Christy Ann says that she is so excited, and she has sent me her contact information. That's awesome. I don't know who iPhone 7 is, but the person that's watching us right now on their phone says, is there a document with these 10 tips? You were driving. No, there is not a document with these 10 tips. However, there will be a replay of this going out, and you'll have access for about 24 to 48 hours for this webinar. Oh, hey, Kitty. Awesome. Super awesome to have you. All right, everybody. If you are thinking about joining Social Thrive, type a 2 in the comments real quick, just so I know. And you can type that privately to me. And what I want to just let you guys know is that that deadline is a hard close tomorrow. Like a prayer of any kind of I didn't know now, but I know now 3 weeks from now isn't going to allow anyone else into Social Thrive past tomorrow, because I'm doing that not from like a sales scarcity perspective, but it's because our first kickoff call is Tuesday of next week. And I want everybody that's in there to be able to build community and all start from the same place. So that's true. Social Thrive closes tomorrow. For many of you all that are praying about it and thinking about it, please do so. Social Thrive closes Friday, January the 5th. And if you're watching this on the replay, I've got right here below the video the link for you to go check out the sales page. Christy Ann, congratulations on being the winner of that awesome gift of being able to get Social Thrive for that hugely discounted price. For everybody that's praying about it, pray about it. Talk to your spouse. See what your business goals are for 2017. And for those of you that came today, that showed up, I hope that I have helped you be smarter in your business. And I really appreciate every single one of you guys for being here. So be blessed, be encouraged. I'm going to just type the link to that sales page one last time. So click that link right now in the next 10 to 15 seconds before I close the browser, because this will all disappear if you want to have quick access to it. Awesome. Very cool. Happy New Year, everybody. You guys be blessed and enjoy the rest of your day. And thanks so much for tuning in.